MovieWeb.com.
My name's Jack Harris.
Dig.
The year was 1995. There was a VCR in every home. Music was still bought in record stores. And the world was buzzing about a brand new invention called the internet.
Watch it.
Which up until then, sucked. What most people don't know is it was impossible to buy anything online. Until these two idiots came along.
What good is the internet for if it's not entertaining? We take some pictures, we scan them, we upload them, and we make a little money. What are you doing?
Do not interrupt me for the next 15 minutes.
So jumping right into the movie, I'm just curious, you know, obviously Chris Malick, producer on the film, he lived this life. What kind of stories, I mean, was there any sort of, what was he able to sort of help you find the character and you know, do this film?
Well, as an actor, I'd always kind of envied those guys that got to play real people, like, you know, like Johnny Depp playing like Hunter S. Thompson, or, you know, even like more historical characters. I just thought, gosh, it would be great to be able to go to the library and learn about some guy you were playing, and I just really never had, excuse me, that opportunity. So to get to play a real guy that was alive and on the set, and, you know, could have lunch with him, could go to dinner with him, so it was unbelievably helpful, not only in terms of having questions about the business, which I didn't know anything about until we did it, but it also just helped me relax to play the part. You know, obviously something different for me, and you know, he really is a businessman. So I reading the script, I thought, wow, this is going to be a real challenge. And after spending time with him, I thought that he's a regular guy like you or I, and yeah, just kind of helped me with the role.
Yeah, awesome. And the film reminded me a lot of sort of Goodfellas, kind of in tone and sort of the way, and there's this great scene where you shoot Kenny Z in the foot.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of the pistol whip scene that Leota has in Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Was there any sort of inspiration, or is that kind of a
It's funny
tone
you
that you guys were going
mention
for?
that scene, because that scene had a long Steadicam shot that still parts of it are in there, but definitely that's a movie that we talked about. And I mean, quite honestly, it's not even like you got to sit down and screen it. It's like,
Right.
you know the movie by heart, and it's like, you know, even Casino or like Boogie Nights, but definitely Goodfellas is like something where, you know, it comes on, you're like, well, I'll watch this scene, and then it's like an hour and a half later and you're still watching, but definitely in tone, you know, the way Goodfellas is about the mob, but it's really about these characters as people, the same way this is about Jack Harris, you know, under the backdrop of business and, you know, kind of the internet.
Yeah, and you've got a great cast in the film with you. Of course, Giovanni and Gabriel, but also, you know, Kelsey Grammer and Robert Forster and some of these great, Kevin Pollak, and these great supporting roles. Can you talk about the importance of getting these veteran actors to sort of come in a piece like this, an indie film like this, and sort of bring up the caliber of the work?
I mean, for me, that's always one of my favorite parts of the movies I love, is the smaller characters being really great actors. It seems to make it obviously a better movie, but it also lends credibility to the leads, you know, because say you get used to seeing, you know, like Robert De Niro in movies, and, you know, they can seem like old friends almost, but then you get these great, you know, character actors, and it just adds to the movie. And that's one of those things where you've got to credit George Gallo for putting that kind of team together, because some people, some directors don't put as much importance. They'll just think, oh, this is just one scene, one day. But those, to me, have always been the important roles. And I enjoy playing those smaller roles myself.
Right.
They can be really interesting. And yeah, that's one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Paramount Pictures presents the story of the World Wide Web.
You got a check here for $2 million under a candy bar.
Oh, and what? That's a bad thing?
Yeah, like that's a bad thing?
And the man
Get out now.
who started it all.
Get out!
We had no idea what the internet would become. Changing the world is a wild ride.
middlemen.
You peddle pornography over the internet.
Well, Senator, this is your billing record. NaughtySecretary.com?
You realize you just attempted to blackmail a publicly elected state official? And it worked. Can I count on your vote next year?
You got it.